Hello everyone and welcome back to TIMBERBORN. This is episode 5 of the Badlands Plains Challenge. In the last episode we set up a few things including these hydroponic gardens over here as well as the bot factories. We also started constructing some bots and we have a few of them walking around like right here. Unfortunately we also had a few beavers get contaminated and you can see that there's one guy in here and over here, and they're still making some decontamination pods. We currently have 18 beavers who are contaminated, and I, for the life of me, could not find where the beavers were getting in contact with bad water. But one of you guys noticed that over here, there's actually a spot, and it's kind of hard to see. But there's a path that goes underneath, and since it is more direct, the beavers will use it. Which means we need to get rid of this. But first I want to show you. Oh, look at that. There he goes. So that's where all the beavers were going. If we get rid of this, then the beavers should be using this path over here. And so now we have 18 beavers who are not working and just taking up resources. It seems like it takes quite a while for them to get decontaminated. And also having the beavers be able to get the berries and water from up here should hopefully help them get through the decontamination process quicker. Oh, it's day 4 and I haven't even unpaused all these water pumps. Oh man, there's so many vacant jobs. Good thing we have all these engines set to lowest priority and we can just have the haulers feed them some wood because we need to pick some of these jobs to vacate. Doesn't seem like much building's going on, so we can pause the builders. In the last episode, we actually ran into a bit of a problem with collecting wood. You can see we have quite a bit of wood here, but it's not quite enough to support all the stuff that the beavers are making. What we are going to do is set up a district and get a bunch of trees planted over here. And we are going to use this sneaky little method to irrigate all of the land because, as you can see, there is not a drop of water to be seen over here. So first things first is unlocking the district crossing so we can get this set up. And it only takes some logs and planks. We do have enough, but it's going to be a little close. Although this is saying that it's a bit far away, so we're going to actually try moving it over here. It still says it's a bit far away, but we can't get much closer than this. And although we're building a district crossing right here, you can see that this district center is selected and the building range is all the way to within, I think, 10 tiles of the path. So we'll be able to utilize the builders and resources from this first district and construct everything that we need here. Although in the long run we are going to want to use the trading posts that are built into this district crossing. We want to set it initially to do not export any goods from this District 1. Instead of District 1, we're going to go with the very creative Alpha City and Bravo City. We want to set everything on Bravo City to import if needed, which means that only if there's space they will import these goods. And then they don't want to be exporting anything right now. Back to Alpha. We're going to have them export some water and I guess a little bit of wood right now. We're going to give them some fermented cassavas and some kohlrabi. We can set some of the storages to hold the basics. We have quite a few things to get built. We will need to import some beavers over here. Then once we get them transferred over, they can start help building as well. Let's transfer a few beavers. Send 6 over right now. We'll have 3 beavers working in the district crossing and then 3 that can build. Although, it doesn't look like they have anything to do. So there are no goods. These guys look like they're transferring stuff now. Okay, we're going to bump this back up to 4. So that way they can fill up everything in here. And then these guys can bring all the extra over to this area. They're making decent progress though. They have all of this stuff built over here. And we have 6 wood. Although we have all this extra wood over here that we can start having some beavers chop down. We have our first dynamite placed. Oh, we got a second one. Awesome. We're going to detonate both of those. Now we can have these fluid dumps start to get constructed, which will help irrigate the land. And then we can start having a forester planting some trees. Oh man, they have this beaver who is running out of juice and I think he's going to go build something all the way over here. I wish they could have the bots charge themselves if they're less than 10%. Instead it takes 10 times as long to get all the way over there. if not longer. Although we can switch this. So we have wood imported into Alpha if needed, and then Bravo, they can start exporting some. So I just noticed we went down from 21 contaminated beavers to 19, and we did have some beavers die of old age, so I don't really know if they got decontaminated or if they just died. It looks like we have quite a bit of wood that's ready to be chopped down, although we don't have enough beavers to chop it down maybe. Let's switch this to high priority and make it an iron bot. That way they can chop this stuff down 24/7. For now, the planting zone is going to end right here. I do want to get the irrigation barrier constructed, although it takes treated planks, which we don't have any of that right now. So that is something we're going to work towards. And then once we put that down, it'll block all the bad water effects spilling into the land. Then we can extend the planting zone right up to the edge of this. And since we have so many trees to be planted, I'm just going to get this other forester set up right now. And they can help get some more pine and oak trees planted. Although I do need to think about storage, so let's get some industrial piles set up. I want to have the beavers blow a stream through here, and then we can use this as kind of a mini reservoir for water. Looks like we have 1 day until the drought, and we are doing pretty good on food and water. Wood is kind of okay, but that's why we're setting this whole district up. And wow, they have already made some good progress over here. I do have this area currently connected to District 1. Sorry, Alpha City. Although I will switch it over via this path to be in Bravo City. But first I need Bravo City to get a few more beavers. Let's get this water dump filled up and then we can get another forester set. Look at that. And we made this one too deep, which I should have done for the other ones. This will just make it so we can go a little bit longer without having to turn on the water dumps. Oh, pause. Let's take a quick pause because it looks like we have an 8-day drought. And the drought has started, so we need to get all of these water pumpers paused. With that done, we can unpause it. And now, we only have 3 vacant jobs, which is actually not too bad. We still have a bunch of incapacitated beavers, including all these contaminated beavers. But we do have an unemployed bot. And as we can see, we are actually starting to run low on scrap metal. Let's get one of these guys set up. And we can have a bot working in here. That way he can help get the scrap metal 24/7. Although I'm looking at it and we do need to unpause this because we want to get the right ratio of parts constructed. It looks like we don't have storage for bot chassis. Oh wow, they built that immediately. So we have bot limbs, bot chassis, and if I can get in here, bot heads. So now we have everything we need to build a complete bot. We were just running on reserves of limbs because we had a bunch at the beginning of the episode. We can get this guy started as well. I think we should have enough to finish building this immediately. Since I want to build another water dump over here, and I want to build it down a few tiles just like this one, we're going to try unlocking the triple dynamite. And this takes not only dynamite but also extract, so we need to make sure that it's being exported. Let's bring that down a little bit. We also need storage for it, so let's get that set up. I have built quite a few industrial piles over in this district. I mean, just seeing how many trees we have planted, I know that we're going to get a lot of wood in the future. So really this is just planning ahead. Oh, we have an unemployed beaver. I think we're at the point that we can cut this guy off and then have this new path connect in. So now we can have this unemployed beaver hop in here, and we can even expand some of the planting zone. Oh, look at, they finished it. Let's set this off before the sun goes all the way down. Boom. Oh wow, so at different elevations the water will change how much of a radius that it irrigates. It looked like at the lowest of the 3 levels it only irrigated a small area. I think it's at level 2 right now. It's kind of hard to see. But now it has probably about a 8-tile radius, and then I think it should fully irrigate the rest of this once it gets all the way up to the top level. There we go. Ooh, we have some of the first trees that are just growing up. We're doing okay on wood. Water is alright. And here we only have 39. Though I just changed it so that we can export a little bit more to this Bravo City. I do want to have these guys make a little bit of their own food, so we'll get a farmhouse set up over yonder, and that will mean setting up another water dump. Oh, we need to start having some beavers chop these down. Let's unpause some of these workers, and we don't need someone in this water dump. It is day 24 of cycle 9, and we are almost done with this drought. We got these holes blasted. In case the water evaporates, we can salvage just a little bit to help keep these crops alive. Although we are starting to run pretty low on water. We're only at 300. And I don't think it's a storage issue. I think it actually is our collecting. That being said, we'll probably need to increase the amount of bots we have working the water pumps, and then maybe even add a couple more. Oh man, we're getting down to less than 100 water. Well, it doesn't really matter because you can see the drought has finally ended. We have 52 water left. That is the closest that we have been to empty. So we are going to start turning all of these back on right away. And as you can see, we have a couple more that are going to be constructed. And we also have a clear path set up, so now we can set up all of this dynamite. You can see the water is coming back. Looks like we didn't quite pump this area dry. Oh no, these guys have no water. Slow this down and change this. We have to have no export threshold. We did get all the dynamite planted, so let's detonate this right now. The water is flowing in. These guys finally got some water, so they are no longer thirsty. But we are setting up a water pump, that way they can pump some of their own water over here. And for now we do want to have this floodgate lowered. And we're slowly going up in wood, and we can probably make a few more wood choppers. It's currently day 20 of cycle 10, and it has been a few days. We're nearing the end of the drought, and we have actually produced quite a bit of wood. We have about 1,300 right now, although 1,000 of that is in this district. So we're using these district crossings to help move the wood between the two districts. This Bravo district has been growing quite a bit. We have 30 beavers right now, and only with 4 breeding pods. One of the next buildings that I am going to build is this wood workshop right here, and this will allow us to make the irrigation barrier, which will be very useful for a few locations. And we've been collecting pine resin in the meantime because I knew at some point we would want to start making treated planks. The drought has ended, and we actually have quite a bit of water. We got our water collection under control last season, and we also built a 3rd large water storage tank. At this point we can get rid of this one and place the final large water storage tank over in this district. We also have a considerable amount of bots, and that is thanks to getting this 2nd bot assembler set up. Wow, these guys have been absolutely demolishing this. The ruins are almost finished, so we will need to look at getting a mine built over here. We don't currently have enough science to unlock it, and I think we already have the number cruncher up and running. So that should be getting us some more science here quickly. And thankfully we have these water wheels running again because we actually are a little bit underpowered right now. That is what these are for. Now you may be wondering, why did I plant 1,000,000 trees? And that is an excellent question. I have a few interesting videos planned for the next few episodes, and let's just say those are going to require quite a few resources. So this right here is going to be us planning for the future. We did recently plant some corn and eggplants over here, and then we have another food factory that is going to be making corn rations. We will need to make one more that can produce eggplant rations, and I think that we can probably place one right up here. Oh, I just noticed that we have not unpaused any of these water pumpers. We still had about 1,500 water, so we would have been fine for quite a while. Ooh, we finished this food factory. We can set that to eggplant rations. Eggplants are just a few days away from ripening. Corn is even closer for some of it. Oh, do we not have storage for the treated planks? We do not. Now that we have treated planks, we can finally get this irrigation barrier unlocked. Let's see, if we go along this way, can we do a path on top of it? No? Okay, you can't, but you can go over it. So we'll need to do this in order to make a bridge across here. Although we will need to actually switch it so we can import some of these treated planks. But we need to get some more storage set up so we can switch one of these. Beaver's making quick work of this. It might be high time that we go and make another hydroponic garden. So we went and installed a couple more hydroponic gardens. These are also going to be making algae, since it seems like we run out of algae and algae rations almost immediately. And we have plenty of storage for water, so water should not be an issue. Okay, let's see. So we have plenty of corn that's ready to be picked. This guy's not picking any. And then why are we not making corn? I think we should make these one of the buildings that gets prioritized by haulers. Looks like well-being is at 19-ish right now. Well, let's see at the end of the night how much the campfire and rooftop terrace has gone up. Viewers are finally turning in for the night. Not as many as I was expecting, and I'm not sure if it's time or access. We're going to try bump the working hours down to 12. And that is the lowest that I've had it for any world. With us having bots, it should make it a little bit easier to deal with that though, since they can work around the clock. Although I'm seeing that we don't have enough bot limbs. And it looks like we have a drought incoming. We're doing really well on water. We have over 4,000 in this district. We could probably make some more storage and water pumpers over here. Does look like we just got above 4,000 science, which means that we can start building this efficient mine. Oh buddy. Now this takes a bucket of gears and treated planks and logs. Treated planks and gears will definitely take the longest. In fact, I think we'll probably need to make another gear workshop, so we can get one of those set up right here. In fact, we'll make 2 of them and have both of them set to bots working. That way they can work around the clock. And we are still not quite running it as much power as we need. Now I'm actually going to lower the priority of this efficient mine because I don't want all these resources eaten up immediately. So I'm going to try making some gravity batteries. And we have all these bots that need to get charged, and I need to route some shafts underneath here, which unfortunately means that I have the paths go all the way around for now, but I'll be able to make the path go this way again afterwards. It just makes setting this up go a little bit slower in the beginning. We do have our first gravity battery ready though. The drought has officially started, but I don't think it's really going to impact us this much with all this water we have. If anything, I think the only real downside is that these water wheels are going to stop spinning, which will be all the more reason we need these gravity batteries, because we can finally get some efficiency back with this path. I think for now I'm actually going to make 2 more gear workshops and bump them up on the priority list because, as you can see, we only have 5 gears. And we have a lot of gears that we'll be using for all of these gravity batteries, plus this efficient mine which hasn't even been started yet. Man, this thing is lowering quickly. Now we'll find out in just a few seconds, but I'm pretty sure that this will charge up once the workday is over and these engines are supplying more power than the system needs. Yep, that's fantastic. So all the excess power from this 3600 out of 2890 is going right back into this gravity battery, because before all this extra power is just being dumped into nothing. Now we'll be able to recover all of it with these gravity batteries. But first we have to get them connected on the backside. Our planks are also starting to dwindle. We still have 157, but we had around 400 or 500 just a little bit earlier in the episode. So at that rate, switching some of these to bots is definitely the right idea. And with that, we're going to wrap up today's video. We got a bunch of stuff accomplished. The main thing is getting all of these trees planted, and now we have over 2,500 wood. I'm really excited for the next few episodes. We're going to make use of all of this wood, and the beavers are going to be using some of their building skills. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think the theme of the next episode is going to be. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you watching all the way through. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. Adios.